Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in today. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to cook this delicious and fresh, healthy Okazi soup with spinach. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll observe that I love fresh vegetables because it's healthy. So, Okazi leaf is a kind of vegetable that is enjoyed by certain people, certain culture in Nigeria. So, let me introduce you to my ingredients. Here I have my oxtail. So you can see that I trimmed off the fats around my oxtail because I don't like it, and this oxtail has been washed and ready to be cooked. And let me introduce you to my next ingredients, which is some hard hen. So you can use any kind of protein for your soup. You can use goat meat, you can use cow feet, you can use beef, you can use gizzard, whatever is your choice of meat, you can use it. So this is what I'm going to use for today's recipe: hard hen and oxtail. And this is one of the favorite protein that I do put in my soup. I mean, almost all my soups I use it because I love the aroma and I love the taste that it gives to my soup. This stockfish head tastes so good, and look at the way it's staring at you. Like, have you subscribed? And if you've not, why? Hit that bell icon, hit that subscribe button so that anytime I upload a new video, you're gonna be notified, okay? Okay, my next ingredient is smoked catfish. This is another goodness that I'm going to put in the soup. So this soup is gonna have a lot of goodness in it, okay? So I'm gonna add some ground crayfish, some onions, chopped onions, some red palm oil. I have 3 nut cubes and 1 scotch bonnet. Now, if you don't like your food spicy, you can use half of this pepper. I'm going to add some salt to taste. Then I'm gonna have my fresh Okazi leaf. I'm just gonna use this 1 pack because this 1 pack is gonna be enough. And this 1 pack goes with, I'm gonna pair it with 3 packs of this baby spinach. 3 packs of this is what I'm gonna use. Why? Because the baby spinach is, the leaf is softer, but the other one, the leaf is a bit harder. So you cook it together, it's going to complement each other and give you a delicious delicious soup. So yeah, back to our meat. I'm going to pour my meat into my pot. I'm using my pressure pot because this takes a shorter time to cook. If you cook it in a regular pot, it's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take like 45 minutes for this meat to be soft. But if you use a pressure pot, it's gonna take you like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes for you to cook your meat. So I'm pouring in my blended pepper water into my pot. So you can see I'm adding my chopped onions into my meat, and I'm adding my 3 nut cubes, all the 3 nut cubes into my pot. I'm gonna add some salt to taste. I like seasoning my meat very well so that even when I cook the main dish, if I ever need a seasoning, it's gonna be very small because I love my meat to be tasty. So yeah, I'm mixing everything well, all the ingredients, all the seasoning into the meat, and stirring it well so that everything can mix well. Then I'm going to cover my pot. I'm going to cook it for 15 minutes, and then I show you, because after about 15 minutes it's going to be soft. I'm adding some water now. Yes, make sure you add some water to cover the meat just above the meat, and then close your pot and cook it for 15 minutes. So yeah, while the meat is cooking, I added my stockfish into a pot, a special spot, added some water, and then I'm gonna cook it for like 5 minutes. So after about 5 minutes, I'm adding my smoked catfish. Now, why did I add this smoked catfish later, not with the stockfish? Because stockfish takes a little longer time to cook than the smoked fish. The smoked fish doesn't take a lot of time to cook. So I added this after cooking the stockfish for about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna let both of them cook for about another 5 minutes, and then it will be soft. Then I put it aside. And here is our Okazi leaf. What I'm doing here is that I poured it into a bigger bowl. I poured in some water. I'm going to wash this because I just brought it out from the pack, and I don't know if those guys who packaged these leaves, if they had washed it before they even cut it and put it in the package. So I don't want to take chances. So I'm health conscious, guys. So I'm just gonna wash it, and I'm going to do this 2 times. I'm washing it, and then I will squeeze out the water like this lightly, and I'm gonna put it in a bowl, and I'm going to repeat the same process for the other vegetables in the water. All the vegetables in the water, put it aside, and I'm doing this twice. Okay. So when you get to this point, throw this away because at the bottom part there is sand. So you want to throw this away, rinse your bowl, and add some water and rinse the whole vegetable again the second time, like I told you. After that, put your vegetable in your blender, add a little bit of water, because your meat stock has water already. You don't want to have a watery soup. I am choosing a chop option on my blender, and I'm chopping my vegetable. Use chop, not blend. Then after chopping it, you see, this is what I have. This is the final look. I'll set it aside for later use. And I had washed my spinach, so I'm gonna cut my spinach. I'm gonna cut all the 3 packs. Some people love frozen spinach, but I don't like frozen spinach. I like the fresh one, and I love to cut it by myself so that I can cut the bits that I want. So I don't like the leaves too big. So I cut it into tiny pieces, and then I'm gonna put it in a big bowl, set it aside. So I boiled some water, and I'm going to add my spinach. Why do I do this? I do this because I don't like the smell of the spinach. I want the other vegetable scent to overpower this one, so that's why I do it. But if you like it like that, you can go ahead and put your spinach like that directly into your pot. But I do not like it. So what the hot water does is to take away the smell of the spinach. So I'm stirring it down to mix everything well, to make sure everything is mixed well, and I'll just let it boil. When it boils, I'll stir it, and then I will pour it into my strainer and drain the water out. Set it aside so that I can put it in my other pot. So I transferred my meat from my pressure pot to this cooking pot, because this gives me enough room to do some turning. I'm pouring in my stockfish and my smoked catfish into my pot. I'm adding some crayfish. I'm gonna add some palm oil, and I'm gonna cover my pot and let it cook for 1 minute. And then after 1 minute, this is what it looks like. I'm stirring it to mix everything well.
Alright, alright, alright. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, alright, alright.
I'm adding my fresh Okazi leaves now, and I'm going to go ahead and stir it to make sure that I mix my meat stock of my meat and my vegetables together. I'm adding some salt because it wasn't enough, so I'm just adding a little bit of salt like I told you. um, and I'm leaving it to cook for like 1 minute. I don't like my vegetables to be really cooked. I don't like it completely cooked. Now, if you like your vegetables to be completely cooked, you can leave it for about 5 minutes or so. But I do not like my vegetables to be really cooked, so I just left it on fire. As at this time my stove was off, my heat was off. You can see that I poured in my spinach. I told you I drained out the water, so it was completely dry, because I do not want the smell. I don't like the smell, and I didn't want a watery soup. So my soup is done. Yeah, this is very delicious, very healthy. I want you to try it at home, and then you let me know at the comment section below. But this is so yummy. You can eat it with your fufu, you can eat it with rice. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe.